We are on air. Hey guys, welcome to RC Talk. Brandon is not here, but we do have a couple people here, and we're just going to talk about RCs and probably some speed thing, your guys' experience, until Brandon get here, and maybe we can fill up some questions in the queue while we're waiting for him. So, good evening, guys. Stop presenting. We have Kagan, Jack, and Scott with us right now.
G'day, guys. Everyone in the chat.
Brandon's from Innovation RC, right?
That's correct.
Yep. Okay. I'm all caught up now.
Hey, Randy.
Hey.
Hey, Randy.
Randy.
Hey, I actually got sound working now.
Hey, Bucks. How are you, mate?
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't even mess around with my computer tonight. Evening, Bob.
Phil, Chris, Brad, Bull Gears.
I like those doors you have on your
TEN-SCTE.
shop there, Brandon. Those are pretty cool. Heavy duty.
What?
I like those doors you have over there.
Oh, I'm back in the shed. No more kitchen.
Yeah, that's. I like those.
Yeah, in the winter, it was kind of hard for him to be in the shed.
No, I have heat.
Yeah, but still, it's hard.
And I got
Oh,
everything's a mess right now.
Better.
But there's the heater. There's the welder. 1800 BTU air conditioner for summer. Actually, I got two of these little heaters.
I need a new air conditioner.
Yeah.
It is 82 in here. That's good compared to usual.
I'll do it.
Oh, it's nice in here.
Back on the bench, mate.
Looks like Brandon has a problem getting in.
And it comes with a drink.
Yeah, he's probably trying to. You sent him a link through email.
Yeah, I think he's trying to join with his phone.
No, you're gonna have to send it via his email or Gmail.
Well, I sent it by MSN Messenger. It should work.
I'm just trying to think whether you sent. No, but I'm on my computer when you send it.
Have you put a link up, right? Oh, yeah.
Even if he puts a link up in the chat, he won't get in because he's using his phone. It'll take you to the Play Store.
What's that?
Nice.
What kind of tires are those?
SSD RAM.
For your Jeep? Oh,
Yeah, actually,
cool.
I changed tires on the Jeep, and two of the screws managed to break off the rim. So, needless, I'm going to change rims, and I'll get them machined out later.
I don't want to replace.
Cool.
Too tight.
Just put a little bit
I'm
bigger
lazy.
screws in them.
So if anybody wants to come in, I'll put the link here in the chat.
Yeah.
Those are SSD rims. Are
Hey,
those
guys.
the ones that Chris designed?
Dr. Seawald, who's in the
Do you
chat?
see 'em?
Participant.
Where's Justin? He usually comes in, doesn't he? BSRC.
The
He's in the
PSRC
chat.
there, Brad Kelman, Boxer
He
Seaworld, Bulgar
Like
RC,
we just today though.
Chris Watson, Gemin RC, Philco RC, Scottzilla, and True Media is there. Hey guys.
So,
Brad,
So I raced that monster truck at the last race. I actually finished second place.
one of my finger down is broken, and the one up on the
Yeah.
top broke off inside.
Oh really?
I've had these for almost 3 years.
Ben?
There's
No.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, what's going on?
How you going, Brandon?
Hey,
How you doing?
had some technical everything.
So did you use the link I sent you by email or the link in the chat?
It was by email. I don't know why it worked. As soon as I hit it, it brought me right there and no problem.
That's
And the
strange.
other one sent you to the Play Store.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tank, you never send me an email.
No, I sent you a link by MSN Messenger.
No, but I never get the notification on email.
That's because you're not on my email list. You didn't give me your email.
I think I did a long time ago.
Maybe.
Who uses
Well,
email?
Yeah. We'll have to correct that somewhere along the line.
Here comes the hamburger with the lot. There you go, Justin.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, wait a minute.
Evening.
Hello.
Tony is putting the kids to bed. He's going to be in 15, 20 minutes.
Cool.
Hey, right side, how you going, mate? RC Voodoo, Phil, I didn't say hello. Draco.
So, Brandon, you were filming some new stuff today?
Yeah, I just got back, so that's what I'm what I'm doing now.
Did you film any onboard?
What I'm doing right now.
Oh, nice.
Ah, cool.
I actually I have one dedicated wing that it has a bunch of holes in it, so it could be used on the Limitless, it could be used on my Python, yeah, it's pretty much I could put it on every car, and it has the GoPro mount on it.
And did you hook it up on the wing? Where did you hook it up on the Limitless?
Can you see? I can't see.
Hey, Alvin.
There. So pretty much the Limitless. And see all these adjustment holes I made. These are for the Limitless, obviously. The normal Typhon or Talion or Creighton, all those wing mounts are like for these. I forgot what these were for. I think those were messed up. But pretty much this is a dummy wing. I don't use this anything for but GoPro footage. So
Okay.
it's pretty foolproof. I haven't crashed with it, so I guess we'll see.
So you must have made a whole bunch of speed run with it already, like well over a dozen, and you never crashed it so far?
Yeah, apparently I haven't. Yeah, I see you smiling. Yeah, being that this car isn't even released yet, I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I do not want to break like anything that isn't transferable from my Titan. Let's say the splitter, that is strictly Limitless and infraction. So those parts probably aren't even out yet. Hobby Pros don't even have them. So I'm trying to do my best to stay straight, not left and right. So
Cool.
yeah.
Hey, Sean, how you going? 11 RC Charlie. He'll be back in later, he says.
Cool. So, coming back to questions, like I sent you a bunch of questions on the, and somebody.
Who was it? I forgot what it was. It's probably Messenger.
Evening.
Okay, I got him.
You're good.
All right. Do you just want me to go question by question? There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You guys there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
think Frank's might have
thought
stepped
you
away
was,
for a second.
Okay.
That was
G'day,
strange.
RC Voodoo. Yavia, how you going, mate?
That was strange. I left and I came back.
Yeah, I was wondering where you went.
Geez, that was bad luck, Tank. You left and you came
There
back.
you go.
Yeah. I started talking about questions and all that, and I turn my head, I click there, and everything just froze.
Yeah, your icon just
Damn
came
you
up.
guys.
I thought you were just being lazy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
When did Justin pop in?
Yeah, I snuck in a few minutes ago.
Snuck in, mate. He's finished rapping, Scott.
Now he's all done rapping.
These guys. Liking them sandwiches, huh?
You didn't make me hungry because I just came back from eating. But I still want some more.
I think it made everyone hungry. Hey, Tony's arrived. 11 RC, I said hello to you twice, I think. How are you, brother?
Yep. Hello to everybody in chat.
Right.
I hear you guys much better now.
Right.
Looks like Tank's disappeared again.
Oh man.
Yeah, it must be Google's acting up, kicking people out. Sometimes it happens. So that's an EDF on the front of that, right?
Yeah.
Front of
Yeah, it's
nice.
3S EDF.
12
it's
blade.
nothing. I think it was it's either 11 or 12, but it's not, small amount.
Yeah, monster. Yeah.
It's pretty much just it's not a knockoff one, but it's more of a cheap Chinese one that I just wanted to see how far I'd get, and apparently I got pretty far with that.
Yeah.
So
I actually commented on, is it JT, who's just completely non-stop with his infraction videos.
Oh, yeah.
I actually made a comment on his channel and said, mate,
it's good he's getting a lot of runs in with them.
Yeah, I said to him, you're dead set on a roll uploading this infraction. I've lost count how many videos he's done.
Yeah.
Enjoy speed. Wait, what?
So
I'm
trying to multitask. I'm recording videos.
Look, we got someone else eating here. We had
pizza.
In my hangouts last night. We had Justin wrapping food. Now we've got Brendan eating. What do you got there, mate? Pizza?
Yeah, it's Italian.
Pizza, yeah, Italian, even better.
It's pretty good. So, not to get off topic, but it's pretty damn good pizza.
That's right. Food's been the topic the last couple of days. Where's Tank?
I think he went off again.
He's gone to get pizza, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Probably made him jealous.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to invite himself.
Pizza. Actually, it's funny. I'm not going to talk about too much, like Brendan said, that off topic. But I commented on Phil Co's video, and while I was watching this video, I was eating pizza. I made him hungry.
Can't ever go wrong with pizza.
You can't go wrong with Thursday night.
It takes back.
I had pizza too.
I had to reboot my router.
Oh, hey.
As long as it's not Chicago style pizza, we're all good here. I don't know nothing about the American pizzas in Australia. So
one good thing I like about YouTube and the way they've done the hangout and the live stream is if I start a live stream, if there's any problem, I can actually disconnect my internet and log back on as long as I have the link. That's kind of cool.
And yeah, I mean, I would think the link would still be active until all of us get off it, because if someone is still holding the room.
Yeah, as long as somebody's holding the room, it's going to record, because all the recording is done outside of here. So
yeah,
it's kind of cool.
Also, real quick.
Ooh. Yeah, you used those
tires with the innovation.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It looks like they're connected by a single belt. If you could actually see, it's about 1 inch in length,
Centered in the tire.
Yeah, smack in the center of the tire. And honestly, it's kind of like a run flat. Like, it's clearly broken, but I was still running on it for 10 minutes, which is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So how long did it take to get to that point?
Well, these are pretty much the first pair that came with the Limitless. So that's why I couldn't run these, because they weren't rated or whatever up to 100 miles an hour or whatever it was. They told me to not run these. I have another set that I did run in the 127 mile an hour video. But these lasted, it was the first, I forgot what I did. I didn't so much stuff lately.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who forgets what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm doing so much stuff in between work and actually surviving it. All right, so the stock tire torture test, pretty much when I was doing the just all the slow driving around, I switched to these, the ones that they told me to not go fast. So these I use as beaters. And then Arma Limitless gets challenged. I use these the whole video. And I think I did like a good 80 to 90, and I completely forgot they were on. But I don't know. They performed well. And then today I just obliterated them.
By doing burnouts or speed runs?
Burnouts.
Burnouts, yeah.
Oh, actually, here, if I peel this back, I just noticed it looks Kevlar something. I'm not sure, but under the rubber there's like.
Well, you should just they're gone anyways. You should just take a knife and cut it and see exactly what's underneath. That would make a good video.
Point.
That would make a very good video if you actually did one.
Yeah. Actually, I have a whole note card of stuff to do, and it's like a checklist. So
Cool.
I since you gave me that, I'm gonna need a new note card because I maxed out my space. Let's see where I can get some scissors. Come on, I usually have all the knives in the world on me.
He doesn't have an exacto knife. You don't have one there, mate.
Well, it looks like he's got to look for it.
Are you guys into knives or pocket knives or any of that?
Mm-hmm.
I got swords.
Yeah, back in
Swords?
the
That counts, I guess.
Flick
Yeah.
knives, mate.
You ever hear of Cold Steel?
Yeah.
I love their knives. You know,
It's a beast.
they're just reliable, and I used to throw them. I used to do targets and all that. This is the 4.5. This is apparently the closest one. It's a 4.5 inch. But I guess, yeah. I guess we'll do I look crazy with this on video?
I can say that's a little tire and a big knife right now.
How many times
yeah.
chainsaw up in his
It's gonna be on the floor. Believe me.
We have
Do it on your knee. That's how I do it.
Oh yeah, perfect.
we have
right above the femoral artery.
we have the Rambo and RC by the looks of it.
That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
or we could have Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Steve.
So, if anybody in the chat don't know who Brandon is from Innovation RC, here's the link to his website, his YouTube. Go check him out.
I'm just watching Troy run his RC
Thanks,
in the
Hank.
corner there. Just running his little RC in the
Drifting
corner.
in the garage.
Yeah.
Wow, you're already up to 3,500 subs. That's good.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right,
That's
so
all right. I think the last time I was on your channel, he had about 2.1.
Okay, so he cut it. What's under it?
Pretty good.
Videos. Nice job, man.
Pretty good.
So is it Kevlar? Does it look like Kevlar or?
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
It looks to be in the middle of fiberglass, and it might not be fiberglass, you know, obviously.
So when they glue that tire, it's the two edges that are glued. The outer edge, just like a normal tire, is glued, but the center is not glued to the middle.
There's a hard foam underneath all of this.
There is a hard foam?
Yeah, it's not this isn't the rim right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably why it. I mean, the belt was still intact and it's pretty much a run flat. So the usually the foam in like some of the Basher RTR wheels, usually if you rip the tire, they'll fly into orbit. You know,
That's true.
Completely. If I didn't cut this belt, I could probably still run it just for bashing or whatever, which is pretty cool. You know, so I guess it's a run flat.
Drift tire.
Yeah. The belt actually holds the tire together, which is a good thing.
Yeah, the belt hold the whole time. And I ran on 5S. I wasn't doing anything slow exactly. So
Earl RC says he watched the video, but that motorcycle made it hard to hear what you were saying. I guess there was a motorbike in your video.
which
Not sure which one.
I'm trying to read comments and multitask.
You need those chameleon eyes. One goes each direction.
Yeah, right. That's pretty funny.
Cool.
Hey, when you get a second, would you hold that belt material back up there? I'd like to see it closer, if you can.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Try to hold it to the light.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Does it look like it's woven?
Yeah, it feels somewhat like a fabric. That's why I mentioned fiberglass.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly.
Huh. Does it stretch? You stretch it like if you try to pull it?
No, there's no possible way my human strength is doing that.
Yeah, that's cool. They figured something out, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just figuring this out now. You know, I didn't even know that. So,
does anybody use those? What is it? SRC belted basher tires?
GRPs?
Tires? Yeah.
Oh, SRC.
Yeah, you know, like the kind of some people with the 8-scale Armas run them sometimes. And they claim to be belted, but I've never cut those up either.
Those belts tend to rip at like 80 or 90.
Oh yeah.
It's a different design of some kind.
They're meant to be bashed. You know, a lot of people speed run with them because they are consistent. A couple of guys, they broke 100, you know, 110 with SRCs, but it's rare because majority of them, usually guys, they'll have a blowout at 80 or 90. You know, I've never ran them. I've felt them. I've held them. You know, I used to work in a hobby shop. Guys always used to run them. If you're doing under like 70, 80, they're probably the best truggy or truck tires you can get.
Okay.
They're belted. But if you're trying to bang off 120, you know, there's no guarantee. Well, there's no guarantee in any of this.
Right. I missed what tires were you running in your speed run? I need to get something for the time being.
Which one? Which one?
Or what tires would you recommend on them until the actual tires are released by
until the Hoons come out?
Oh, the Hoons? Well, I mean, honestly, I did 127 with them, and I had to let off because I was hit with crosswind. I don't go over 80 unless I'm comfortable, and I was comfortable with these tires. So that goes to tell you, you know, it's a solid tire. You know, should you switch? It depends. You know, a lot of guys like to run foams. I do not run foams. I won't run foams open wheel. You know, it's just how you want it to handle.
Which tire brand do you usually run before you ran the Yarma, or on any other cars? Which tire do you run?
Well, normally I'll run GRPs. You know, they're pretty consistent. They won't. I mean, obviously, if you run them back to back with, let's say, over months of running, they will. Well, I mean, anything has a tendency to explode. You know.
And GRP tires, you buy those by two tires by that's a two.
Yeah. Yep.
And usually the front and back tires, are they the same size or they're different, or it depends on the car?
No, I mean, they do have the 1/5 scale GRPs, but I've never ran them or owned them. I've always stuck to the 1/8 scales. I think I have some. Yeah, here. These are some
That's
beater ones I have.
A lot of the speed guys use the GRPs.
Yep.
And those are actually rubber. They're not foam.
Yeah, they are all rubber, completely rubber. Yep. I mean, what's cool about them is that they're like $22, and they're high quality tires. Obviously, you want to see if the glue around them is secure and consistent. That's one thing that you always want to check. But other than that, it's good that they make them that cheap. 20 whatever dollars, so you could actually have 2-3 sets. And a lot of guys go really fast. I know I do like 130, but there are guys doing 160, 150, and that's
with
like
those
2-3
tires on?
runs. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those tires on. It's
Well, I got
75 game dog.
Fraction, but I burned out the tires, or I'm starting to burn out the tires already. So I need to get something until then. So I guess I'll look into the GRP tires.
Yeah, if you do like on-road bashing, and I actually have them right now on my Typhon. Well, my other Typhon. The red one's the version 2 is pretty much my bash Typhon. I'll take it to the track. I'll do jumps, but I have GRPs on it right now.
So GRP's version 2 for bashing.
The red dot.
Yep. But pretty much they hold up really well if you're not doing 100 and whatever miles an hour. If you use them to bash on road, they're probably the best on road tire because they're belted, but they'll provide you with consistent performance all throughout. If you're not going balls to the wall, they'll last you a long time. So it's why they're good. It's why a lot of guys run them right there.
Cool. 75 game dog. I did post a link in the chat for the invite on the video. Problem is there's already 10 people in here, so you'll have to wait till somebody gets out for you to get in.
I'll be going out soon.
First come, first serve.
I'll be leaving soon because Tony's locked up.
No problem.
All right, Tony. Thanks for subscribing to my guitar channel. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man.
You saw T-Max doing 73, Brad. What tires was he using?
It'd be interesting to know what gearing he was using also, but sometimes people don't write that up.
Well, E-Max, T-Max.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I think he's talking about... Oh, he's talking about the X-Max. The X-Max that was doing 73 when my buddy came by. Yeah. Okay, got it. Made sense. I saw T-Max, and then he said, no, E-Max.
Okay.
No. I mean, I have an E-Max, which is maybe something I'll be doing later on. So...
I'm just loving this hot rod that's going drifting around there. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, on my video chat or my community stream, Larry was asking a question, but it was more general in gearing up for speed and dirt oval or straight runs. Those are complete different things, right? Like the gearing you'd use would be way different.
Half the time you won't even reach the legitimate maximum RPM if you're on the dirt oval. I used to run it with a Typhon years ago. I never ran anything more than 4S. 6S, it's just wheel spin the whole way, and you're just going to kill your tires. Now, gearing up, I would actually more try to gear down. You'll have more efficiency to last other people. Obviously, there's not going to be much amp draw. The motor isn't going to be spinning as quick. Or no, the drivetrain won't be. But slow in, fast out, I guess.
Yeah.
I miss it.
The oval?
Certainly do. Oh yeah, got a bunch of guys.
We have an oval here, and that's where I want to take the infraction to, is to the
Yeah,
oval track down here. It's a big one. It's a fifth scale oval. I think
that's
it'd be a
cool.
blast. I think it'd
Oh
be a
yeah,
blast out there.
yeah.
Now, going back to some questions that I wrote to you the other day, and some people can write any question they want in the thing, and we'll try to catch them. But one that I wrote to you is, can I use any RC cars to try to do a speed run?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, speedrun is just a category at which you do something, you know, and it doesn't even have to mean with RC cars. People speedrun games like Super Mario Bros. If you've seen speedrun online and they go frame by frame, they do real serious stuff. Not to get onto that, it's just a matter of doing something that it's originally not supposed to do. Well, Typhon's meant to do 60, 70 out of the box. You make it do 80, 90, 100. You know, that's going more towards speed. That's speed running, I guess. So, yeah, you
Maximizes
can use any
potential.
chassis you want. You know, it's preference.
Now,
Do you want a speed run?
when you guys do speed
Yeah.
run, for speed run, when you guys do speed run, do you have categories like saying, "Oh, I went 130 with a 1/8 chassis," or a Traxxas Slash chassis, or you just don't care about the category? It's just the speed that you care about.
Well, I mean, majority of the time, you know, if you have a slash, chances are it's going to be GT. Now, when I say GT, it means the body covers the complete vehicle. So you're going to have the dual battery trays, you're going to have all the room in the world. So there's a lot of advantages. You have a bunch of aerodynamic advantages as well. So GT, they have a Typhon GT. They have, you can make anything into a GT really. But different classes as in yes, chassis, but they'll go by open wheel, they'll go by GT, they'll go by truck, they'll go by truggy. You know, it's mainly just the class of car that it is, you know. A Slash GT, I think should be put in the same category as a Typhon GT. You know, it's not a buggy anymore when you have a body that covers the wheels. So, yeah.
Okay.
Let's see more of those questions. I'm trying to find them.
I'm going for the 100-mile-an-hour mark, but I'm using the Vortec Traxxas.
Yeah, the Fortec?
But I also want to do it with the Mustang body on it without using a wing body. That makes it a little harder.
I don't see why not. I mean, a bunch of guys, they'll go to the speedrun bodies, you know, and they, I mean, I think they give you like a Ford GT, you know, and obviously if it's a replica design, the body would be aerodynamic, I would think.
Yeah. The problem I think Randy might get with his Ford car is all the air that gets under the car at a high speed is just going to lift the car, right?
No, I open up the back of it. So
Okay, so you opened up the back of it?
that's the only thing I
So
do.
that's kind of like the diffuser, I think.
Yeah. Because I'm using the a 67 Mustang body. So.
Well.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tony.
Do you use any of the stability stuff? So he's using a Traxxas. Would you use the Traxxas stability control?
Oh,
running?
like the TSM?
Yeah.
For speed?
Yeah.
No.
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 Nope. I don't use any of that. I mean, for off-road, I'll use the Spectrum AVC.
Okay.
Which is the, you know, that's Spectrums.
Right.
Being that, let's say you were to give open throttle and cut the wheel to the right. Obviously, the car's going to want to spin out. What the AVC or the Traxxas TSM does is limit the power. So let's say, you know, I mean, you want all the power you could possibly get when you're open throttle. I mean, you don't know what might happen. You know, it could be cutting you down a little bit because you're going so fast, it's trying to correct a little bit. So it might be limiting a little bit of throttle. That's why I don't use it. It could be right, it could be wrong, but I don't have to worry if it's right or wrong because I'm not using it. I don't need it. A lot of people don't need it to go fast.
Yeah. Just like, what is it? Brad is asking right now, put a 10,000 kV motor in a car. And Earl is saying,
what?
I'll go lower kV in a car. So what's better, lower kV or higher kV?
Well, it kind of depends on your application. Why my eyes widened? I thought you said you put a 10,000 kV in something like a Typhon.
No.
Or
Brad just said, can someone please put a 10,000 kV motor in a car?
oh, all right,
something small.
10,000 kV. That's probably going to be a 2S, mainly a 2S motor. You're not going to have enough torque or power to even bring the car up to speed. Is it possible? Maybe, but it's not feasible. You're going to draw too many amps, just to get to a certain area. Well, you need to go the bigger of the car that you go. That's why they have 8S, fifth scales, just so they could get it to keep up with 6S. No, 8S fifth scales is almost equivalent to 6S eighth scales, and then 10 scales are 3S because they'll have higher kV. So it's mainly a power to torque ratio that you want. Obviously, the bigger the car, you want a lower kV so you have more torque to get it moving.
And I noticed that with your Limitless, every time you get it going, you give it a little push. Why is that?
Well, at the beginning, there's cogging. Pretty much it's load that the system just has to overcome. It's kind of like starting the domino effect. You actually have to push the first, I mean, not saying push, but if the car's already rolling, it'll be good. It'll be all right. But at the beginning, cogging is pretty much just overcoming the inertia from standing still, therefore causing load, maybe a little bit of heat. Why I push it is so that it won't cause any of that. It's the higher gearing that you have, you'll get the and then it'll start to go.
But don't you run censored motor with your motor, censored wire?
No, I mean everything I have mainly is sensorless. What was it that I had that had a sensor? Oh, my Bandit, when I used to drag race it, I had, actually, it's up there, hang on.
Most of the speed guys push their cars before they run.
This is the only motor that I actually ran censored, and I ran it in my drag Bandit way back. It's 2400. Yeah, it's a 2400 kV, 1415 Castle. It had a lot of torque. That's why I chose it. It's not going to be the best out of the gate for drag racing, but I guess I like to be different. But this is the only motor that I've ever ran sensorless. This is the only thing I've ever ran sensorless. So
cool. Because that's what I was trying to explain last week to John and to a bunch of other people. A car could be built for speed run, but a drag racer off the line is going to beat it. But you're going to catch up.
Eventually.
Because top speed is not going to be what your top speed is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's in the chat. He's wondering if he was correct in asking if Innovation RC should put a video out every day.
Should I?
Yeah, remember last week he was saying he should.
Oh yeah. I'm trying.
Yeah,
it's hard to do.
Yeah.
Some guys out there though are putting them out 3 a day. It seems like though, but it's like solid shot, talking the whole time, and then cut the end. Kind of interesting content.
Yeah.
There's ways to make fast videos.
Yeah.
Should have just do it of a burnout video. There you go.
Yeah.
Just straight up burnouts and none of me talking.
Well,
awesome.
it can be.
Don't have to hear him talk.
just like making that tire video. You talk for maybe 3 minutes, but you talk about the tire, what you've done with it, what happened. Here's it is cut. This is the foam under it, and you just things. People are curious for those things. I am. So
I was.
Anything new?
But
YouTube's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I could certainly do that. It's not a problem. Just trying to knock out each category of video, you know, one by one. So I got the XO1 and the Limitless teaser up. So eventually I'll be doing something with Steven. And his XO1 did like 150.
Wow.
Which is crazy. He is here. He's competitive, you know.
Yeah, he's ready for you. Holy cow.
Yeah, he's waiting for your Limitless, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The guys at our local drag track, I've only been there one time. They have all kinds of these monstrosity Traxxas usually and HPIs. And a buddy that I race off-road with, we used to do indoor racing. We had the little Team Associated RC18s.
Yeah.
And he was taking that thing out there with the Castle, I think it was a 9400, is it? Something like that. And 94. He was whooping all the 8 scales and 10 scales with that little tiny car.
That's possible. If it's tuned, if he's got the feel, he could beat anyone with anything as long as you know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah. I'd just be so afraid to hit a rock with a car that small. Because I have one just like his. It's a different motor. It's still a Castle, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. 9400 kV. That thing was probably running 2-cell, I think.
Yeah, we're running 2 cells in them.
Man, that must be amazing to spend $20 on a battery that would last you like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Right.
Spend $100, that's a whole day. Well, I mean, you'll be set with batteries for the year.
Yeah, we used to do on-road racing indoors at one of the hobby shops. And we were running like 1,600, about 2,000 milliamp hours. But they really only last about one race because we were on it for the whole, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And they're like, 8-second laps too? It's pretty nerve-wracking.
8 seconds? I can't even process that quick now. I could barely keep up with the chat, wherever it is. See?
When I first started doing it, I just did it to kind of hang out with more knowledgeable people like I do here. And I didn't have any idea that the little on-road cars would be so intense.
Oh, yeah.
Now, running speed run, what's better to do a speed run car, a two-wheel drive or 4x4?
Well, I mean, I could be realistic or I could be preference-wise. You know, sometimes guys, they rather run two-wheel drive because they built it better for them. I feel four-wheel drive is best because you're getting power to all 4 wheels. You're going to have the amount of power that you're giving out dispersed throughout the whole car rather than just the back, which has a chance of, bringing its rear end around. And so I'm going to go with 4-wheel drive on that.
Yeah, that's your preference, yeah.
Yeah, definite.
But a 2-wheel drive is going to be a much lighter car.
By far.
Yeah.
Majority of the weight's going to be in the back.
Because I know a lot of people have been using the Rustler to do speed runs and dragster.
Yeah. That's why it's impressive if they break like 110, 120. But if you do 110 or 120 in a GT car, I mean, not saying that in a bad way, but I'm trying to think, the caliber of vehicle that a 2-wheel drive is, these brand new 4-wheel drive vehicles just blow them out of the water. So that's why the expectations of the 2-wheel drives, if you break 100, kudos. I tried doing it with my Rustler years ago before I knew a lot. I should probably do it again. I have my Rustler. But kudos if you actually broke 100 in 2-wheel drive.
If somebody is new into the RC and wants to start, that's a pretty good platform to start with.
Oh, yeah. The Rustler's still my first real RC car I got 11 years ago. I'll still bring it back from the dead. It's pretty much a skeleton right now, but I won't ever sell that car. It's my first car that got me in this, so it's a good thing.
Cool. And I see you have behind your head, you have a Bandit poster also.
Yeah, fills up space on the wall. No, I usually like to keep the little like the fronts of the boxes. I have a Mini 8 one up there too. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to have a Limitless and a version 4 Typhon, but technically that Typhon wasn't mine, so that's all right.
The one you put the EDF on?
Yeah, the one.
Yeah,
I
I
built.
saw that, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, were
Yeah.
you in you were in Chicago?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was the one that posted that video with all the planes and stuff at the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think
at
you
night
commented
and
on
all
it.
that.
Yeah.
I loved it. I obviously I commented. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Just see the gliders up there and you see the lights on them, then the fireworks. I will be going next year. Definitely.
Yeah, that was a nice show. That's for sure.
Yeah, they put on a great.
Oh yeah.
Fest there for sure.
That's problematic.
Oh yeah.
Monster Slash. Oh no, that's Son of a Digger.
Yeah, somebody told me to get these cool carbon links, but they're hitting.
Carbon?
Yeah, they're carbon fiber trailing arms, but they're hitting the chassis because they have this big, huge end on it. That sucks.
And that's the same as a SMT 10 chassis.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. It does do that.
I am not a carbon fiber guy.
Well, you know what they say, Tony. If it doesn't go fast, chrome it.
Chrome it?
Yeah, that way at least you got something pretty to look at when it goes by.
Chrome it or put aluminum. A real basher will never put aluminum, a lot of aluminum on their car. That's for sure.
You haven't been on the Traxxas forum, have you?
Oh,
aluminum
Traxxas is known
bends.
for having the full aluminum builds. You ever see those T-Maxes, E-Maxes? It's like you look at it, it shines, it's reflecting all the light in the world in your eyes.
Yeah, it's
cool.
nice, but it's not practical. You're going to start bashing, it's going to start bending, and you lose everything.
If you do one jump, and if you bend one thing, everything's going to go out of place. You're going to blow a bearing. You know, it's just disaster up to disaster. So, but it looks cool.
Brad, I don't like carbon fiber because I had a carbon fiber. I had bad experience with it. There was a carbon fiber brace for the shocks at the front on my Mini 8, and I broke it. First couple jumps, it just snapped on me. It just broke, and so I went back to the aluminum one that was there before.
Brittle.
Yeah, it was too brittle, especially with the Mini 8. There's no protection on that truss on top, so as soon as you do some flip, you hit the concrete or something, it just breaks. It was too brittle.
Get it right, Tank. It's aluminium.
Aluminium. C'est mon français, là. J'ai de la misère avec l'anglais. Je m'excuse beaucoup, là, monsieur.
Yeah. All my back trucks all have plastic everywhere.
Plastic, yeah. Well, what's nice with plastic is that it bends, but it comes back. So
absorbs shock.
Not with the steel chassis on top of it. It does not do the comeback part.
Well, that's because the steel chassis doesn't make it come back.
Right. It sucks.
Yeah, when they're all metal like that, I think about my poor ankle more than anything. You really want to run into yourself with something like that?
Did you guys see how the big squid guy Jeremy lucked out, man? Hoo-wee. When he got hit by that car at 99 miles an hour.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't see the video. I just
his
saw the
leg went
pictures.
all the way back and behind the inertia of that car, and that was maybe doing like what 80,
Oh, yeah.
99. Well, the top speed
89,
was 99. 99 was the top speed of the car.
90. Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I don't
his
think by
leg
the time
probably
it hit
kicked it
him.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was running the gun on it. That's the ironic thing.
that's crazy.
But yeah, I thought for sure it was gonna be broken, but
Oh,
he
yeah.
got lucky.
I saw pictures on Facebook. It looked bad.
Oh, I didn't see those.
Yeah. He posted some pictures of the aftermath. This is the aftermath, and it was him coming out of the hospital, his leg.
The
Wasn't
next day,
he-
his whole foot was purple. Like he got hit in the shin, but his foot and everything from the swelling was purple, and
Oh God,
Crazy.
yeah.
Just think
that kind of
it
reminds me of one time. I was out at the speedrun spot I used to go to. It's a really good road. It's really long to actually get open throttle, which I've been needing, but it's like 2 hours away, and I don't like driving down there. But I was there with the guys, and there's this one guy. He had a slash 4x4 GT. I think it was running 6S in parallel. So there's a lot of power. He was doing 135. The trap caught it, I think, at 132. The GPS read at 135. I think the left tire blew. So it expanded, pushed the car to the right, went right under our feet. We all jumped. I don't think I've ever moved that quick. You know, and funny thing, my dad was there that day. I have never seen that man move that quick ever. So, because he wanted to see what I do, you know. So I brought him out there with the guys. I'm the only young one looking guy there. He almost gets hit by a slash doing 135. Went right under our feet.
Has he been out again since?
Huh?
Has he been out again since?
Oh yeah, he usually
Okay,
goes.
good.
I mean,
Didn't
not.
scare him off.
No, it wasn't me. So.
True. You weren't
Hey,
aiming for him.
Tony,
It's
RC
rare,
Voodoo. RC Voodoo is asking how was the car after you hit the guy's leg?
Oh, the tire went flying off.
A tire
Broke.
came flying off?
Yeah.
That's what we
broke.
saw in the video flying, huh?
Yeah, it went flying over everybody. Yeah.
Wow.
Parts came over the crowd. Yeah,
Wow.
it was nuts.
It's like one of the Rosser
I
guy.
kept waiting. They kept saying they were going to send one of the infractions, but it never went. I was bummed.
Yeah, I didn't see any running videos of the Limitless, not the infraction. I've seen. They ran it though, did they at Horizon?
Yeah,
Fest?
yeah. You know, so it missed a turn or two when the infraction went. I don't know why. But it was quick, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. But they're just running the same motor and system that the infraction has in it.
Yep,
And it
it's
was still
probably
going really
stock.
Yeah.
It's probably the BLX system. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a solid
6S.
system. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
One thing I did find out, and I have no idea how it happened. I'm not sure if it's play between the drive shafts, or if they actually bent a hair. I don't know why, because I haven't crashed or hit anything. But definitely, if they make titanium or let's say larger diameter center drive shafts, that's going to be a must for these cars, being that they're so long. So how the heck did it bend a little bit? Or it could just be play. I don't know. But that's one of the main things that I've had a problem with my Italian up there. Drive shafts, you know that. So if you do look into get, well, when the infraction in the Limitless, when they're all out and all that, and months go by, and if they do actually have optional parts for a larger center drivetrain, do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing that I looked at, and I will be. Actually, I got an email from a guy. He has a CNC machine. He's all the way. I forgot where it was. Not in Germany, but he came in contact with me. Let's see. He said, "What parts do you think are a must, like upgrades?" You know, I'm not going to say aluminum A-arms, because I want an A-arm to snap, because if an aluminum A-arm doesn't snap, you're going to bend the whole center of anything else.
Right.
You know? So I'm not going to give him a stupid answer like that. You know, mainly I told him drivetrain, this and that. I told him the aluminum red center brace thing, that they're plastic holding it. I'd probably do that, maybe aluminum. But other than that, there's not much. I mean, I'd love to keep it mainly plastic because I'd rather it snap or bend, you know.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I re-emailed him about, to definitely make beefier or titanium. I don't think carbon fiber would be good for a drive shaft. Being
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back to that question, like he asked, the guy asked you, a question similar to that I wrote to you is what's the first upgrade on a RC that you should do if ever you start doing speed run? What's the first thing you should upgrade?
Well, the first thing I think, you know, what helps you go faster? You know, what is the easiest way to go faster? That would be efficiency. How to be more efficient by not even changing anything.
Pinion
you know,
and circuit.
There you go. That hole you see wasn't there, right? So you want an intake. You also want an exhaust. This was actually already cut out by Arnold, which is good. But the first thing I think, you know, if you're trying to go for speed, have the body breathe a little bit. You know, the colder your electronics run with load, you know, it's what it likes. And it's proven. If you keep a cooler temperature, that's why I have a whole fan system rigged up in there. You keep everything cool, it'll run faster, it'll run cleaner, it'll run easier, which will make you a little bit quicker. But that's a given. That's without doing much. You could just take a pair of scissors, cut some holes. You know, the next step then would be your pinion. You know, if you want to go up in that, and then your ESC's cutting out. You know, so that leads you to two things now. So it's going in order. That's either your ESC or your battery can't deliver the load. So then it just stems on from there. So generally, the first thing is your pinion gear, other than the aero intake and exhaust. But that's what I would do.
And after that, you got the motor you got to change, the ESC you got to change. And one important thing I think that people must change is the tires, so they stop it from ballooning.
Oh, yeah. That's one thing yes. Big. You're not getting that fast unless you change them.
Because a lot of people, what they do also is they put duct tape in the tire. So you get tires that are not glued, put duct tape inside the tire, and then you glue them onto the
Gorilla tape or something.
Yeah, gorilla tape or duct tape. It stops them from ballooning.
It's smart. So
you're making your own belt on it, which is cool.
Yeah,
I've done that before,
and it works. I've done it also.
What did you use as the belt?
Just duct tape.
Oh, I mean,
turn your tire inside out.
Gorilla tape. Gorilla tape did not exist back then.
Oh,
I'm an old guy.
I'm sorry, I'm not for the dinosaur era.
You're all old compared to me, really.
You just flip the whole tire inside out, and then you just duct tape the whole around, and you put maybe 2 or 3 rows of duct tape to make sure it goes around. And then when you flip it, it will stay on there, and then the foam and the pressure, it just stays. It's pretty good.
It's pretty cool. Oh, there it is.
Did Brandon just say you're old? Is that what I just heard?
Hey?
No, actually, I said you're all old.
Oh.
It was a blanket statement.
That hurts.
Yeah.
No worries.
I'll get there. Don't worry.
Yep.
Speaking of Gorilla Tape, is Steve-O getting ready for his next speed run there with his Outcast?
He was putting Gorilla Tape all over the place earlier on.
Yeah, Gorilla Taping. Not for no speed run so much.
That's going to slow you down, bud. That's going to slow you down.
Absorption.
Which way?
Yeah.
I need it so when I keep landing on my roof like I do, it'll help it.
Well, the reason it's
top of
not
your truck
wheels,
look like, Steve-O?
Huh?
What does the top of your truck look like after
Well,
doing all this?
because it just hit the it scratched just where the screws go in the roll bar.
Oh, okay.
Steve-O, if you want to go fast, keep it on the 4 wheels. On the roof, it doesn't go that fast.
I like to go on 2 wheels. 2 wheels all the way down the
I think that goes for anything with 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Want to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, Steve-O, I think you've got the Driftomaniacs wheelie long distance so far, I think.
That's what I reckon. That was brilliant.
It went
was
good.
pretty
It
cool.
kept going. I was surprised. I was scared at my place, like, oh, it's going. It's still going. It's still going.
His roving commentary was brilliant, and then he did
That's what I
the
thought,
actual distance with his chair. It was awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had to take a ride down.
You had to measure it up. Pretty cool.
It was, good. It was fun. I wasn't even going to record that day. I was just out there having fun with it for the first time. And when I seen how good it does wheelies, I was like, maybe I'll throw the camera on my remote and see what happens.
You did a good job there, mate.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, even one stage towards the end there was just about to go around the corner.
Yeah.
You're a winner in my books, mate. You're the winner in my books. Nah, you're the winner.
That's awesome.
I'll pay it. You're the winner.
Ricky keeps telling me I have to put the link on the challenge page, but I went to Driftomaniacs Facebook and I listed it. I don't know where he wants me to put it because I'm not finding the hole.
No, he wanted you to put it in the chat. He wanted a link up in the chat.
On the video, on the actual video where he posted the game.
Oh, okay.
Put the link there.
Oh, all right.
Just post your video, Steve.
Huh?
Just post your video.
In the chat.
That's how I do it.
No, because he asked about it before in the chat and someone posted a link to his video. He hasn't seen it yet.
Oh.
I have another question for the speed. Where do you find locations and what do you look for in the location? Have we talked about that already?
That is a good question.
No, we haven't.
Because
kind of
I hate trying to find a spot to do speed runs, which is what
That is the hardest part out of all this.
Go to an old airfield.
Mm.
You could.
At 100 miles an hour, that's 146 feet per second.
He's doing the measurements. It's unreal.
They could not get it to full speed at the airfield.
Really?
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Racetrack would be nice.
Yeah.
Talladega, maybe?
A velodrome or something. They took the Fortec on a velodrome, one of those wooden bike tracks.
Okay.
Anyone seen Kenny Malenko? You see the road he runs on? It's undulated. It's got patches. Unbelievable. And it keeps it straight.
He actually stopped running there because they're doing construction on it.
Yeah, he's not doing it anymore. But you saw
So I
it.
think-
Patches and stuff like that. It's unreal.
Yeah.
So
he
my
has
road is fresh,
times there.
but my road is really fresh, but it's only like 1.5 lanes wide. So it scares me to get it off it and end up tumbling it through the. It doesn't have a curb, which is also nice, but it has ditches.
Maybe an industrial area where they've got long roads. That could be an idea because they're usually smooth, the industrial areas, especially if it's new.
Yeah.
That's just the hardest part. I keep looking at like every church parking lot I go past. And
Well, you're going to go the length of a football field in 2 seconds. I mean,
You're still measuring.
I'm just blown away.
I saw what you wrote in the chat before. It was funny, man.
Somebody wrote a comment.
Really
300 feet or something, was it? The football field?
Yes.
Yeah, somebody wrote a comment. If you're going like 100 miles an hour in 1 second, you travel whatever amount of feet. The problem is you have to get to 100 miles an hour. So you need all those feet to get up to 100 miles an hour, and then you need to slow down.
You got to pull up.
Yeah.
I would think my road is like 600, about 700 feet. I do actually have it. If you've ever seen the onboard on Shockwave, he is up there. That's my speed Typhon. Pretty much it did 124 in like 8 seconds, and then I had to stop it right there. So obviously acceleration, I had to book it, and then deceleration, I I really only use about half that road to accelerate, and then I already got a brake.
I've got a question for you, Brandon.
Huh?
What are your dual rates at?
What do I do? What?
What are your dual rates at? What do you put them at?
Oh, my dual rates?
Yeah.
Well, I put the sensitivity just like how quick it'll turn at 40.
Right.
40% out of 100.
Okay.
And then the steering percentage, like how much it'll turn.
Yep.
At like, I think it's 38 or something.
Yep.
Anywhere between there, but you just have to see what you feel, and that's why I don't need the TSM or the AVC or anything like that.
Yep.
I mean, if you have it, the sensitivity turns so low, you have a lot more room for error, because if you go like this, car's only doing that instead of that, you know? So that's what I do. That is a really good question. That's a big reason why a lot of guys won't go that fast, because they don't know how to set the rates.
I mean, I think Kenny uses his stock remote. I think, I'm not too sure.
What, the Traxxas?
Yeah, I think he uses a stock remote. So I'm trying to work out how these guys, I mean, especially with stock remotes, you can do more with the higher grade remotes, Expo and all that sort of stuff. But there's some of the guys use just the stock remotes.
So what stock remote would be the most beneficial, I guess?
Yeah. But Jack, they probably have the Bluetooth module in them if they're using the TQI, or they can adjust the setup that way.
Yeah, I understand that, Steve, but some of them not just use this Traxxas, they use others as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how are they doing all this with just a stock remote? Because you can't really get accuracy with a stock remote, can you? If you think about it.
I think it depends on location. You know, there's a bunch of places where I'm with my buddy Matt. If you've seen, as of now that I know, he has the fastest Talion. He beat me. That was at 124. He now has 128 on 8S miles an hour.
Yep.
He has a Spectrum BX5R, I think it is, with the range extender. And when he gets to about the end of the road, it'll cut out. My remote, not even once. I could go further. You know, so I think it depends on the remote. It also depends on the location. You know, and I don't have anything spiffy. It's just 4 PLS with the stock. It has a stock receiver.
Any of you guys in the speed run try parachute brake?
I know someone who did.
Did it work?
I think it was plausible. Definitely plausible.
Just probably a pain to fold back up.
Yeah, that's probably about it. I think it'd probably be cool if there's like a winch that actually sucked it back in. I don't know. That'd be cool. But yeah, that's.
You use it for Taba, Brandon, do you?
Who?
You use it for Taba, do you? I didn't say I'm actually watching the YouTube. You use it for Taba, yeah?
Did I do what?
You use it for Taba.
Oh, yes.
Maybe if I talk Chinese, I might understand you.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to choose, I would choose what the guys fly with. I mean, planes, like where they originated. You know, Futaba.
Where's Bachelor Boy? Bachelor Boy,
I mean, it is all preference. There's a bunch of guys that go a lot quicker than me and that go a lot further than me. With a stock remote, you know, I don't know how they do it with the Traxxas remote. Me, it usually cuts out. I think I have it right here.
Yeah, the top has always got good range.
This one. I even have the receiver on it because I don't use it. But usually it cuts out between like 300 maybe or so feet. But, you know, this Futaba is just so reliable. I've had no issues. I've had no brownouts, no blackouts, any of that stuff. So, yeah.
That's interesting what you said. Whatever the guys fly, that's correct.
No, you can get very long range with the flyers,
right?
Oh yeah.
You bet you can.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could get a mile. You could get a couple miles. You could get
more
6
than that.
miles if you
Okay,
wanted
But how
to.
do you see your car? You need a FPV.
Well, yeah.
Well, when I had my
Yeah.
Fataba stick control, I can get 8 kilometers.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What's that, 6 miles?
I think that's like a couple $1,000 worth of equipment, I would think. You know, having a range booster, extender, amplifier.
I had synthesized receivers.
How big?
Synthesized receivers I had on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a low megahertz frequency.
Huh.
Now, obviously with the newer Fatabas, the 18, mate, they can go for miles and miles. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you're right. If you want to get more, you got to put a booster on it.
Yep. I mean, until I actually experience it, then I'll do it. But until then, I'm not going to touch what's not broken or what fails.
That's
right
more
now,
FPV
my
stuff.
caliber has not exceeded this remote. So I guess it's a good thing, you know. But the road where I'm at, I can't see my full caliber. You know, I did 133. That's the best I've gotten at 97% throttle. We don't know. So, again, the road question, that's a huge influence on what you could really do. You know, my road, it's pretty good. You know, it's good for about 120, maybe 130, but
yeah, because if you select a road that has trees on each side that has no crosswind, it's really going to help you, because sometimes if it's an open road, like in a desert, you could get in trouble.
Yeah, and if you saw, I think it was the 127 mile an hour run, I usually always run on the right side of the lane, and it pulled me to the center, to the left side. Then like,
yeah,
nope,
I saw what you did there. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So as soon as that happened, I just let off. It's not even worth it trying to go faster yet.
And you're standing in the middle of the road until your car comes towards you. That's a great idea, mate. Brandon, you might have to do a jumping video, mate.
Yeah, right.
When your car comes towards you, just jump it, mate.
I've done that already. I'm not doing it again. Especially if it's my own, it's intentional, so I'll look twice as stupid.
Yeah.
So, I was thinking about it, though.
That's always good.
Well, I had thought of it. I'm not going to do it. All right, Tanks, so what's next?
On your car, what kind of pinion and spur gear do you run? Combination about, roughly?
Here we go. Who thinks I'm not going to say?
You guys are secretive when it comes
to those are secrets you're not supposed to tell?
Guys don't give away their secrets, mate.
Here's the deal. The setup I run, 95% of the people that I give it to, I mean, I don't give it out freely, but being that I'm on here, I don't mind giving it. 95% of the people can't even get near full throttle. You know, I can't even get full throttle yet. You know, I could give you the setup, but right now I'm running a 28 pinion and the stock spur, which is a 34, I believe, which is awesome because that's what I ran in the Typhon. So 2934.
2934. Cool.
Yeah. So I really want to keep it in gear reduction, being that I'm kind of in a rush with my runs because I can't keep it held down. You know, it's not long enough on the road. But I heard.
Yeah.
What?
No, go ahead. You heard what?
I heard. Where is it? Oh, it's up there. I was speaking to Steven, the guy with the 150 mile an hour X01. The new motor, I'll get it real quick. 1 second.
Okay. Please stand by. Your call is important to us. We'll return as soon as possible.
All right. So usually the joke goes, oh, 34, you know, you'll blow stuff up. That could be true. Could. I was talking to him. It all depends on the motor that you have. It all depends on your setup, what you do, you know, how you run it. We were talking about gearing, and he said,
you know, you could go into overdrive. And I said, huh? With what motor? Your new motor. That is this beautiful thing right here. See all the windings in it. Now, overdrive, there's going to be a lot less acceleration. Now, I have never ran overdrive. I've never even ran direct drive, which would be 3434. You know, it's kind of pointless for me right now. But the motor is so efficient, you could run overdrive, you know, as long as you run your vehicle respectfully. It's possible. So under no circumstances do I recommend doing direct drive or overdrive if you're new to this. I keep everything in reduction.
But it's not just a spur and pinion that counts, because the setup in your ESC must count also. There must be some stuff that you do change in the ESC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has a huge, I mean, obviously you want to put, if you have a Castle ESC, the amp limit 400. You don't want to disable it because you'll actually, you'll void your warranty, I believe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I believe you'll void the warranty. So I just keep it at 400. I've never needed more than that. I can't even exceed what I'm at.
Wow.
So there's that. The what?
The motor you just showed, what name brand was that?
This is a new motor.
So that's a new motor.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is new. It's a new motor, I guess.
Very new.
That's a funny comment.
Yeah.
So you have more of an overdrive or a direct?
That's gold, Steve.
You can run this in direct or overdrive. You just have to make one run and check the temps, you know. Obviously, I will not be ever running direct or overdrive at the road where I normally go, because it's pointless. I'll be slower overall. I won't even be able to get to a certain speed I want. So, just putting miles on.
Steve, that was gold.
Another one like that, Steve, I'll put you in timeout.
That's gold, man. Leave. That's gold. Come on. That's brilliant.
It is a family show. Brad says it looks like a cucumber.
I know it's late, but keep it RC related.
Yeah, it's not that late.
Hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on.
You want to hear something more funny?
I'll see you
I
later.
thought this was a Poseidon.
Yeah, somebody did say it looked like a Poseidon.
Ooh, nowhere near.
Well, keep it
I
down.
found that.
Tanks showed his gut yesterday. That was bad enough.
What? I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yes, I stood up and I showed my gut.
Yeah,
how bad I was. Yes, in your stream. I remember that.
Yes, of course.
What is the Poseidon?
Different type of motor. It's a motor manufacturer.
It's a different brand. They do actually have some real decent stuff. You know, they don't make, you know, crappy products. They make decently well-made products, generally higher quality than stock. But speaking about stock, Kenny Melanco, if you saw the run last year, he did it on the stock 2050 KV, the Arma, the white and black one, 150 miles an hour.
Yeah,
that motor.
Now, what is the spec of that motor? What's the spec of that motor that you just showed? What's the spec for it? Like, how many turns, how many kV or whatever?
This is the Cucumber. It's Cucumber KV at it's a 1530 can size, so it's going to be as big. It's actually a little bit longer than a 4070 TP can. It's a half turn Y. I made sure it was a Y wind. You know, it's my first ever.
Now, all those words you said is all Chinese to me.
Oh.
I'm not a speed guy, so you gotta dumb it down.
He doesn't.
You don't have to be a speed guy. I mean, you could crawl and
Cucumber
Y. In other words, if I put that in my SCX10, it's gonna go fast.
Idiot.
It's gonna be in a bag.
It's gonna blow it up, mate.
Hang on. It's gonna do the opposite. It's actually gonna make you more efficient. The reason why these motors are so stupidly expensive, next to Cordova, this is actually more expensive than Cordova. These guys are they're the big brother of Cordova, which is why I went with them. But why they're that expensive, the efficiency is unheard of. You know, I did my first run. It was slower than, than the 4070 CM motor that I have here. This is my Kill Mode Edition 4070 CM. This is pretty much the most powerful motor that I have, technically speaking.
How much is that one?
How much, money-wise?
Yeah, money-wise.
I think it's like 200. I don't know. I got it last year or whenever it came out. But this is probably the best bang for your buck that you can get. But, you know, it's dangerous. You know, you probably already know, you know, it's 2900 kV. You could run it at 6 cell. It's going to pull a lot of amps. Now,
would make a good mud truck, Tony.
You want to use Dean's on that, probably.
Those are huge, man.
See, it's New's a little bit taller, just by a hair.
Yeah.
But why this is more expensive is because the way it's winded, the way it's built. You know, it's not built for mass production. These are built on the spot by request. You know, the quality and it's the efficiency that comes out of these motors. It's ridiculous. You know, I had half of the ripple voltage. Do you know what ripple voltage is?
No, no idea.
Nope. Damn it. Okay. Ripple voltage is pretty much just the inefficiencies that comes from amp draw throughout the system. So ripple causes heat.
Yes.
You know, the more ripple you have, generally it's the higher voltage you run, the more ripple you'll get. You want 10% of the ripple voltage, which is 10% of your max voltage or the voltage that you run. You want less ripple voltage than that. With the same setup running the new motor next to the TP motor, this had half the ripple voltage of what this had. This had, I think, 2.4 volts of ripple, which is within the 10% range. Don't get me wrong, that's good, but it's still, everything was hot. This had like 1.3 volts ripple.
And a new motor like the one you're holding is what price range? About $400?
450, I think it was.
Wow.
But no, I mean,
It's a censored motor, right?
The what?
Is that a censored motor?
Nope. Sensorless.
Sensorless, okay.
But
how many pole?
Or everything I have right now is 4. But I don't mean to boast at all. But I mean, if you're really comparing apples to oranges, these are two different types of speed motors.
Yeah.
This one has potential for the long run. This one has potential to get you quick, fast. Now, that's not always the best way, but that's why these are one of the most commonly used speed motors out there. You could go as fast as you want with them, but, you know, the logs are going to appreciate this more. The whole system will.
Now, you're running 4-pole now, but before you used to run, what, 2 poles? What's the best? No?
Well, I mean, the best I would assume for right now is going to be 4-pole. I do know
How does it give you a difference? Because that was the
How would it
question
make it-
somebody asked earlier in the chat.
Oh, yeah?
What's the difference between a 4-pole and a 2-pole, like, or a 3-pole? What's the main difference in them, and what benefit is it going to give them?
All right. Well, if I remember way back, my Rustler, I had an old VXL system. It was 2-pole. Now, they have the new 4-pole systems, which is the same caliber, same size, everything. I don't know the legitimate explanation of it, but what I do know is that it's just a newer built kind of setup motor setup or configuration. I don't know exactly, but I do know the 4-pole will be more efficient. It's just a little bit better built than the 2-pole. You know, if like 10 years ago, no, not 10 years ago, more like 5 years ago when they started really pushing the 4 poles with everything. You know, I think I was at my local hobby shop. It was Vorza Flux by HPI.
Yeah.
I pushed it. Why do these gears sound bad? Boom, 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 boom. That's a 4-pole. That's the first time I've ever heard a 4-pole motor. You know, now it's just different type of magnets, I would think. You know, I do not want to give misleading information, but I think it's just a little bit more of a newer setup or a newer way to build the brushless motors. They do have 6-pole and all that.
Exocate put a 6-pole in Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually something I actually have not went in depth with. Got me on that one. So.
Yeah. I have a 6-pole Vortec.
Huh?
Said I have a 6-pole motor in the Vortec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What KV?
Got a new setup.
3300.
So you're gonna run 3S?
Yep.
Maybe. Yeah.
I've already hit 86 with it, and it's pretty much maxed out.
Yeah. Time to gear up.
Monster Mamba Pro.
Time to gear up. Change your gearing.
Oh. I'm
See if your
already,
motor heats up.
already running the 55-35 setup, so I'm not going to change anything on that. I'll just go with a bigger motor and go to 4-cell.
Yeah, I mean, just watch your temperatures. I know that generally what the manufacturer or whoever says that, let's say, can handle up to a 6S max voltage. Well, they're trying to keep, keep anyone from overspinning the motor. It's perfectly capable of running a higher voltage. You just keep an eye out on it. You know, that's pretty much all that I'd have to say about it. There are these drag guys. They'll run, they'll put like a 26, no, more like a 3000, like a 3000 kV.
Yeah.
Or here, 29. This is a drag made motor. It's mainly for drag race. That's why it's 2900 kV running 6S. Now you see why there's a lot of heat, a lot of everything.
Yeah.
But if you gun it from the start, when you have pretty much not a lot of load because the wheels are spinning the whole way, you know, you need the RPM. So that's why guys, they'll put a bigger battery than what it's really rated for. So that's pretty much for the drag racing area.
Plus, a shorter run.
A what?
Plus, they're doing a shorter run.
Yeah, shorter run on drag race.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if you're doing drag racing where the run lasts 2 seconds, I mean, if you're 2 seconds, that's kind of slow. But you know, you don't really have to worry about battery life. Some guys, they'll run these batteries like a little 1500 in a Bandit, just to keep weight low, which is smart, real smart.
No, I got another good question for you.
Yeah.
Open diff, locked front diff, open rear, and locked front and back.
Can you repeat that? Something about the diffs.
Some people run both diffs open, front diff locked only, and locking both diffs for speed runs on the all-wheel drives.
That's a good question. My preference would be
let me guess, locked front, open back?
No.
No?
I would stay the way that the manufacturer built it. You know, I know that sounds cheeky or whatever, but I like to stay open diffs all around, with the exception of the center, the spool. Obviously, you want 100% powered front and rear. If you keep the front and rear diffs open, that they could turn at a different speed, that'll help you. That'll actually give you a little bit room for error. Yes, it might give a little bit of stability away, but I'd rather a little bit of stability. Let's say if there is did someone squeak?
Oh, my computer.
That was loud. Oh, but no, I mean, let's say if there's crosswind, like just what all you guys saw, the Limitless went from this side of the road to that side of the road. If my diffs were locked, one tire would be wheel skipping. You do not want that. So what I do, I put thicker fluid, so it kind of gives me the best of both worlds. You know, if I put thicker, I put about 120K in front rear, so it's not exactly locked, but if the wind wants to take me, it can. I'll still be in complete control. I'll just be a little bit more over to the left. That's how you want to really do it. I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm just saying it's a way that I found where I actually have a happy medium between both, and I can't complain. I have not had an issue.
While you guys have been talking, there's been questions in the chat. There was a question for Brandon about how fast are you going to make your limitless go? What speeds do you think you're
what
going
are
to
you
get
hoping to
on
get?
top speed? Yeah, what are you hoping to get on top speed?
Oh, I did 127. I would like to see 130. Now that's a little jump. The car is capable of easily over 150. You know, it's
150. Whoa.
No, I mean the car is capable of. I would like to see 130 to 135 on my road because, you know, I'm limited on my road. Ironic, I'm limited with the limitless. But
okay, I haven't seen any other videos. I've seen yours and a couple other blokes. But what's the top speed that someone's got out of it? Has anyone got it?
Nobody
I got
else has
127.
Nobody else has it.
Anyone else? No.
So you got the top speed so far, correct?
Oh, I mean, I'm really the only one that has it currently.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Yeah, they were saying unofficial speeds that they got
Okay.
with it at the RC Fest, but that's not like anything they're releasing. But it was pretty fast on their stock motors. Actually, I was shocked at.
Oh, definitely.
It's like 100 probably on their stock motors versus 80 for the one behind me, the infraction.
Yeah, you could easily exceed 100 miles an hour with the stock system. You know, the car is so aerodynamically enhanced. You know, what Arma did is what I was trying to achieve with my Typhon. Hence why you saw me do all this aero, the wing stuff, and they hit it to a T on this one. So that's what I want to see. Getting back to the question, 130 to 135. You know, that's where I'm at the road. You know, if I get that, I'm happy. Philip Jolly, me and Philip Jolly were talking. He'll make it crack 150. He'll do it, and I'll be proud of him. I know I will. So.
Like you were talking earlier about small batteries in dragsters. That's actually what I run in my rail car. It's just 1,300 milliamps, but they're 50C discharge, and I run it on 4S. So 4S.
Those are 2 cells.
2 cells, yeah. So.
Oh, so okay. So you run them in series. Yeah. You probably run them in a line, so the weight is more dispersed.
That is correct. Yeah. They're right on the center of that chassis there, right in the center. Very well balanced, and because I do one run and then I take it out of the car and I put it on the balance on the charger right away for my next run. So they're always charged.
That's all you need is one run. That's why I ran this. I ran a 4S Bandit. It's just a 2-second trigger pull, then it's done.
Yeah, you're done. Race is over.
I like running a little bit more, so that's why I kind of stopped with the drag racing. It's cool. I usually watch the guys out down here in Florida. Those guys, they're quick. I'll leave it up to them. I'll put it that way. Yeah.
Cool. Now let's take Drifter Maniac from room. Come in. How you doing?
Come to Cleveland. I will show you a parking lot.
Oh, hang on. I've got to turn you down on them.
That's a creepy sounding comment.
I hear you, Brad. I'm looking for a bigger road. I need a better road. Everyone needs a better road.
I need a parking lot. If I'm not going to crash and destroy it, I need like room.
You need a fire hydrant like Steve-O has.
Fire hydrant would be good, or a mailbox.
Everybody has that fire hydrant. I'm not the only one. You guys see that video.
Mailboxes on the road is what I need.
Yeah, mailbox. I had repeated it. I almost hit the neighbor's BMW.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it. I was like inches away from him before it came to a halt.
Oh wow.
Video.
But Tony, as I said the other week, 100 miles an hour is about 147 feet per second. So a 500-foot long parking lot is tiny.
Yeah.
I run 600 feet and it's still not enough. I know 600 to 700, nowhere near enough.
Yeah. Now, was I right? Do a video every day, or was I right?
Well, you're right, and you're right.
Thump those numbers up for sure. Yeah, you should share the. I noticed you've not been like I've shared quite a few of your videos on the Armor RC Armor on the 1/8 Armor page as well, because you want to be every time you want to be putting one up, you want to be sharing them on those Facebook pages. Because that'll immediately be getting you lots of views.
Well, normally I would do that, but I would morally assume that, you know, one guy will just see one of my videos and just share it there. I don't want people to think that I'm pushing. You know, I want to grow my channel, but I don't want to be pushy about it, if you kind of know what I mean.
I'd be banging them out just one after another because people lap it up. Yeah. People absolutely love them at the minute. You're the only guy with the car. People don't be afraid of doing it at all.
Oh, no, I'm not afraid. I just don't want to spam, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
limitless.
You get like 20 thumbs down or something. Yeah, but you're probably getting 400.
Oh, I don't care about the thumbs down. I count them as mega likes. They count as 4 each.
Yeah. And I spoke to somebody down here because I'm like living in Silicon Valley, and I spoke to somebody from YouTube down here, and they said like, don't worry about the thumbs down. We've got like it's all covered on the algorithms. The fact is, somebody gives you a thumbs down, it's actually better for the video than them doing nothing. Because class with the video.
It counts as activity or whatever it is.
So somebody who hates your videos, they're better doing nothing than they're actually giving it a thumbs down. Oh, and by the way, if they've got an channel and they repeatedly give the same channel thumbs down, well, their algorithms like an anti-bullying thing. So that person just slow the views up on that person's channel if they're giving the same like thumbs down.
You're right,
channel on there. They're not daft, you know. They're eliminating.
No, I mean, I honestly don't care of who does it. And I knew this from the start. Whoever does dislike, you know, that's on them.
Yeah.
But if I look up in my analytics, normally you would see like a green arrow going up, like, oh, you have more views, this, that, and that, and then dislikes, it's a green arrow. Why wouldn't it be red, or why wouldn't it go down? Means something good.
Yeah.
So. It's all good on that, you know. It's generally there is someone who shares, you know, a video.
Your only competition at the minute is the hobby stores because nobody's getting the cars until like mid to late August. I mean, you can just
for the Limitless is going to be August. I believe there's been a select few that received the infraction, but the infraction comes out this month. Wait, no, July, I think.
My local hobby store, don't quote me on this, guys, was quoted as the 20th of June. But they're trying to chase that up, and they're not really getting anywhere with the feedback as to where it's going to be.
I heard next month. I heard July.
Yeah.
On the infraction.
Yeah.
They're going to be sold out as soon as they release them.
Yeah, but on these things,
it's going to be another couple months.
A lot of the hobby stores getting them, Tony, is reliant on the hobby store putting the order in for them. And in New Jersey, F&M Hobbies used to monitor like the Traxxas website like twice a day, morning and in the evening, and we'd be getting they'd be getting that first demo car, you know, and Traxxas do the same as Armour do now, sending out a demo car. And so
that's actually what Castle does. That's why they're backed up on their XLXs. Obviously, all of us speedrunners use the XLX. They're trying to fulfill all the hobby shops and like all the other distributors first, which isn't a bad thing. But you know, all the warranty repairs are pushed back months. I had an XLX out. It's still gone. It's been almost 4 months. You know, I think it was early March,
Yeah, no.
mid-March, I sent it out.
What I was meaning is like for the stores that get the infractions in, the Horizon don't just send them out. It appears on their screen and on the hobby store, and they have to put an order in. So the fastest, the hobby stores that are paying more attention to the Horizon website and get the orders in early are getting that, maybe get the infraction like a month before another hobby store does.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends. A lot of it just depends how alert your nearest hobby store is to that ordering process.
Right.
Yeah.
Hope that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, I got mine behind me, so I'm all good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
I've been putting out good videos, though.
Yeah, but Tony, you don't have tires for yours.
I know. I that's why I was asking what he would run in them. So I plan to burn them out here very soon.
Yeah.
It's too cool
How's
to watch
the quantity in stock of tires with the new Hoons?
You can only pre-order them.
They're only pre-order.
Because
I guess it's good I have another set. I'd love to run them, but I think I'll keep them.
Yeah, they were running them on everything. So Greg had them on everything at Horizon Fest. Yeah, he got his up. What did he do? He jumped his Typhon 188 feet. I don't know what his top speed was, but he said he was only at like half throttle. But he was running the Hoons on his Typhon. Those things are sweet.
Yeah, anything, any car with a 17 mil hex, people are going to be buying those tires. You'll have one and you think, oh, I'll order some new tires for it, and people are going to be fitting them to other cars completely unrelated to Armour. But I put two sets on order as soon as Horizon were taking pre-orders. I put two sets on order, even though I've got the car on order, and I said to Jason down at JJ Customs, order some tires, and he's ordered like 20, 30 pairs of tires.
Yeah, people are going to smoke them out, man, because the smoking is so cool.
Well, that's why
I said 20.
That's the only bad part about those tires. You know, they're good. They're really good. You know, they hold up well. They're durable. This and that. But the life expectancy. You know, I'm already through my first pair. I mean, it's explainable. I mean, it's reasonable, being that I was smoking them. But I probably could have done the same stuff to the GRPs, and it would still have a little bit more tread life. But that's the only thing. But I think the new Hoons, they're meant to break away in a certain way and wear a certain way so that it gets the smoke going, and it's worth it. You know, I like it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a showstopper. It's totally a showstopper.
Oh, definitely.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
I think they may have badly underestimated the amount of tires they're going to sell.
Goodyear's going to want part of them.
Yeah. Well, when you look at all the
smoking them nonstop, that's the truth.
You look at all the YouTube videos.
No.
Look at all of the YouTube videos that are out there and try to see burnout with RCs. There are not that many of them. A lot of people, they actually put chemicals and they do stuff to the tires to make them smoke. But that one does just like that.
Kevin Talbot's played around with like rear-wheel drive burnout cars. He's got front-wheel drive burnout cars, and we had a bit of discussion online. And he said, "Right, Rich, I have no idea what it would take to do like I said, what about like a Ken Block 4-wheel drive burnout?" And he said, "No idea what it would take. Maybe the right tire." Man, his comment was maybe the right tires. I could put the right motor on there, the right ESC, but without the right tires, you're never going to get that rolling 4-wheel drive burnout. But I have a feeling with these, I'm thinking my gut feel at the minute is I've got an 8S setup running on the Typhon. Put the 8S setup on the Limitless, on the Infraction, and keep the stock gearing. And I'm thinking that you might be able to get enough traction, lack of traction, rather, get it breaking away.
Well, the Infraction does it right now. It does burn out on 4-wheel drive, and it's
not on takeoff though. He's talking just straight takeoff.
Just
on straight takeoff and go.
You probably do it if you maybe put thinner center diff fluid in, have the front tires spin. Obviously, when you gun the throttle, all the power is going to transfer to the front. So I would think, it's possible. I think you would just have to tune it that way. They don't have it tuned only to make smoke and do all that. So they have it tuned for all around. A little bit of
Yeah.
smoke here, a little bit of, I mean, a lot of bit of driving, but
Yeah, it drifts awesome. They've got it
oh
set
yeah,
to just drift.
that's what I did.
I love ABC way better than Traxxas TSM, and I can only imagine how well it handles Sony. Just seeing your videos on it, I'm thinking you're gonna be able to step things slow by doing 60, 70,
Does well.
and it's gonna without any worries. Yeah.
I didn't even think about ABC because I never turn it on. But I'd packed the whole car away, put it all away, and got to the hotel. But I was gassing up, and I passed that parking lot. I'm like, ah, shoot, I gotta build
my
this thing
tablet
back
died.
up.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm like, I gotta put this back together. So I pulled it all out of my luggage. But in my luggage, the AVC must have got turned up all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Normally I set it about 50%.
Yeah.
And I was trying to drive it, and it was like just all over the place. I'm like, what is going on? And so then I finally like look at the remote, and I'm like, oh my goodness, the AVC is 100%. Turn it down, and it's, I mean, you can just gun that thing at like, and it's just straight as an arrow.
Yeah. Yeah, but likewise, with playing around with the ABC, you can just get it to do huge power slides.
Right. Yeah, because it wants to straighten itself out, but you keep that throttle going, and it just drifts.
Yeah, yeah.
It automatically turns the tires. It's like a gyro in a drift car. It's wanting to straighten out, and yeah, it just slides so nice. Yeah, that's why I threw it in that dirt track the first thing. I'm like, yeah, everybody's gonna do this on cement. let's try the figure eight, see what happens. Everybody was like shaking their heads, no, don't do it. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah, I've test run my Alpha Granite 4x4 4S DLX this morning. It was probably up there with the most terrifying things that I have ever built.
A 4S Granite?
Yeah.
I bet.
You're like 5 to 10% throttle, and it's just ballistic. But I mean, when the tires grip up on it fairly well, and when they hook up, and you get it all four wheels on the ground and it accelerating, it's just insanity. It's just crazy. Yeah.
I tried JTRC had the big rock there, like Steve OD has. That thing's awesome.
Come on, Troy, draft. I'm premiering you.
Yeah, I've been watching him while everyone's been talking. That's just a beast, that thing.
Oh, that's nice.
That's beautiful.
So what is that car? What are you doing?
He's muted.
Yeah,
Unmute.
There we go. So this is a
Yeah.
MST. Manufacturer is MST. They're out of somewhere.
Thailand, I think.
It's the RMX 2.0. So rear wheel drive only, brushless censored drift car.
Brilliant. Brilliant. It's a hot rod.
That's drifting really nice.
Which body did you put on there? Oh yeah, I know that body.
The surface is good.
So yeah, a lot of the drift cars, of course, you know, they tend to be very Japanese inspired. You know, your Skylines, your things like that. Well, that's just not my style. And so one of the things,
me and Tank would say it's our style, mate.
Yeah, you know, and so I was like, you know, I want to be able to see as you drift and the tires move around. I want to be able to see it.
Yeah, gyro, yeah.
Gyro works overtime, right? So I want to be able to see the tires move, and then I thought the old hot rod body would just look cool. So
Awesome.
I got it from McAllister Racing. They're up in Illinois. I guess they do a lot of circle track stuff and things like that.
That's awesome. But you got a good surface there to drift on, though, too, though.
Do what now?
You got a good surface there to drift on.
Yes.
Nice move.
Yes, definitely. It's actually leaving some marks on the ground. It's not where it's a garage. Who cares? But yeah, perfect location to do it. Play with the local hobby store. Actually has a really nice drift track. So lights and all the scale stuff and all that kind of thing. So
where's that at?
Two-wheel drive.
What's your local drift track?
Do what?
What's your local drift track?
I live right outside of Nashville, Tennessee, so my local track is Vivid Aerial and RC. There's a video. You go check out my channel, right? The Roadside RC. There's a couple videos where you can see like us at the track. It's my drift videos that don't look like this. It's my drift videos that look like somebody actually cares.
So your channel is Roadside RC?
Yes, sir.
Yes, good old roadside.
Yep. Hey, Richie from Driftomania.
I was gonna say, yay!
There's my body. I mean, there's my battery that I won from.
Yeah, he's the one that cleans up the giveaways, isn't he? That's right, Roadside RC.
Yeah, you.
I finally entered. I'm coming.
Steve-O has the wheelie challenge, I think, wrapped up pretty good so far. But
someone mentioned someone else in the chat that went for 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Wow.
15 seconds.
I need a bigger road.
Well,
now nobody's done the jumping over somebody while wheeling yet. I don't believe, right?
No, but I have a gut feel. RC next Tuesday could well be doing that.
I didn't know that was.
When I got an email saying there is no restriction on the height of the jump, right? I went, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have tomorrow. My kids and I, we are officially laying down the wheelie challenge. So I don't know if I'll get the video posted tomorrow or not, but we are going out and we're going to try to figure it out. So
yeah, but you've got to have a spirit of thought for Steve AD, mate, because he's got short roads where he is, and he done a fantastic job with his. I've got to hand it to him. He did a great job.
Steve-O, I did say, can you post a link to it on my video to confirm the entry, and then I can share it with all my subs.
Yeah,
we told him what he needed to
I
do.
thought you meant a Facebook page. That's why.
No, he wants a link to your video.
Because I got so fed up of like people saying, "Oh, I'm not." And I said, "No, your entry is put in the comment section below the video. Put a link to your video on there."
Yeah,
What's the two-wheel drive?
I'll send you a link on a thing on Facebook on it. It just saves me like searching YouTube for Drift challenge on that. It's just far easier if people do it on there. That makes sense.
I'm grabbing it now. Here's the wheel
time going now?
Challenge.
That's an MST two-wheel drive, Tony.
Yeah.
What?
MST two-wheel drive.
Yeah, no, but I have one of those too. The two-wheel challenge. What's the? They had a class for two-wheel drive. What's the time on that one? Is that 15 seconds? Or what did you have for?
I am.
I don't think you have anybody yet.
I'm not sure on that yet, Tony. I'd have to check. Yeah, we've only got a couple of entries in so far.
Richie, get to the chat. I posted the link.
All right. I just did one today with the Sen, so I was just curious.
Yeah.
The chat's there.
Two-wheel drive?
In the chat, I posted the link to his video.
Yeah, but post a link on Tony. Post your link to your entry.
Yeah, I knew how to do it.
Original video.
How to do it.
Yeah, and then the entries guys go straight into the spam box, but I check that every few hours, so then I extract them, pull that back out, and then I share it with all my stuff.
So you didn't want it in the chat? I just posted Steve AD's link to his video in the chat.
Yeah, it's got to go on his video, though. He wants them all linked in one
Oh,
spot.
I got confused. I thought he wanted it in the chat.
No.
He wants them on the original video. So other
video.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's so that I can see the entry.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought you wanted it in the chat.
So what? The two-wheel drive wheelie kind of too?
He listed 4 different ways you can do it: nitro and gas, 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, and then the one with the danger.
Yeah, I'm gonna still do the danger one, but
I think longest 2-wheel drive, longest 4-wheel drive, longest nitro, and the one with the danger. Yeah.
Monster slashes into the wheels for the 2-wheel drive.
It was going to be a no danger challenge this month, and then the RC next Tuesday guys inspired me to think up something, a little twist to it.
What's that, Tony, you got there?
This is, I don't like the Japanese inspired ones either, so I did a European style.
So is that the same chassis as what Troy's got?
Yeah. Mine's lower motor. Mine's bottom motor mounted right now. Instead of top motor. There's the MST 2-wheel drive.
Was that the kit? Or was that the ready to run? Or was that the kit?
It's the ready to run.
That still looks good though.
Yeah, they call me Ready to Run Tony. So
I want to sit and Reaper in the background. I didn't even know you got that thing.
Yeah, I'll show that soon.
Oh, okay. It's a secret.
No, Just a
Brandon,
lot to
you're
show.
muted, mate. If you want to talk, you actually mute yourself.
No, I muted him because for some odd reason it was squeaking from his channel.
Oh, he's because his battery went flat or something.
But
I
yeah,
can't
right
hear.
below.
He's muted you.
Yeah, you got to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hit the microphone and unmute yourself, mate.
If you tap on your screen, Brandon, you'll be able to see a microphone. Just tap on it. There you go.
Anyway, gentlemen, I gotta go. I have an early start again tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
All right,
good.
You guys have a
And good luck with your practice.
All right.
Ready.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, good luck with your practice.
Take it easy.
He's gone.
So, Richie, are you going to be mad at me on the wheelie challenge? I don't have a 2-wheel drive. So, are you going to be mad at me if I pull the front drive shafts out of an Outcast and then call it 2-wheel drive?
That will do. Whatever works for you. Yeah.
2-wheel drive, right?
I love the engine. I mean, I kind of leave it open and I let people have a little bit of leeway on there because I like seeing people's what inspirational ideas people are going to come up with for the challenges. But the RCU next Tuesday, guys, their stuff is just like. I'm thinking, but one of theirs is going to my subscriber count is going to skyrocket as their video hits like 5 million viral views due to one of them being decapitated by the car or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, will it be worth it?
Let's wait till you see one coming at me and I can't move the wheelchair fast enough. I'll touch it.
Yeah, Roadside RC, he's won 2 giveaways from you, isn't he, Richie?
Yeah. Roadside's done very well.
Yeah,
Roadside did
3. You won 3 off him.
Yeah,
Jeez.
the Outcast backflip was just stunning. The Outcast backflip was stunning. What
we got the
Troy do 5 flips? So we said
we did. Whatever. We've had fun with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the truth is, you put the challenges out. We really appreciate the challenges. It's fun. I sit down with the kids. I sit down with Rich D. I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but he does a lot of the stunts and stuff with his Armas. We literally just sit down with our kids and we have a conversation of like, how can we twist this challenge?
Yeah.
What
So he's going to take the
gray area and kind of cheat.
I mean, it probably take the longest to put together and think about of any of my videos.
Yeah.
Like the amount of editing and the bits that I reshoot because I shoot in there. I think, no, you've left that out, Rich. Just like all the legal bits you have to cover with YouTube's, then it's the solely Drifter Manex competitions, nothing to do with YouTube because the YouTube do have a whole set of guidelines on giveaways that you have to follow.
Yep.
And that which a lot of people don't, but I do try and follow that.
Roadside kept winning with an Outcast, so I had to buy one.
Richie, you might as well give Troy the next the wheel challenge because he just said to you he's going to take the front drives out and make a 2-wheel drive. He'll probably win that as well.
Yeah, guys, somebody's got the sound turned up on.
Yeah.
No.
All right, guys,
That's
I
me, my
have
bad.
time for one more question because I do have to go.
Shoot.
One more.
Okay, who got a question for him? I'm fresh out of questions.
I've watched his videos. He's doing a great job, but I got no question for him. It's not a question. Get to 130, mate. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Let us know when you're going to take it off any sweet jumps.
Oh yeah. Think I'm gonna jump with this thing? Parts aren't developed yet. Okay.
Hey, how much did it cost you?
It does make you wonder, doesn't it? It does.
If you add a hobby shop, you can do it like Big Squid. They can throw whatever they want around, Tony?
So it does make you wonder, like how far the thing would fly through the air doing like 120, 125.
Just mount your GoPro to the top of it and send it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you. When are we going to see the video, the limitless versus the infraction video side by side on the drag race?
Drag race?
Axle 1.
Yeah, XO1.
Oh,
XO1 drag race.
XO1?
Yeah.
XO1 versus the Limitless?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That's
Potato
a
smoke.
good question. This Sunday is Father's Day, correct?
That's
Mhm.
right.
Yeah. I did plan with Steven for this Sunday to shoot a little bit of footage with them, but being that it's Father's Day, I'm not sure if we knew that at the time, like last week. So, not sure if it's going to be this weekend. It might be next weekend, but either way, there will be a big video on that.
Cool.
You know, it's a huge controversy, and I'm going to make sure he uses his stock tires and I'll use my stock tires. So that is really fair.
Yeah, no
phones.
pressure. Don't lose.
What's he getting with the stock tires right now?
Huh?
What's his top speed with the stock tires?
I have no idea. I'm not even sure if he used them. I mean, I have a full set. If he doesn't have any, I still have the full set when I had my XO1. You see how new they are? I ran them like twice.
Because you said he did 130, right? With whatever tires he's running right now with that XO?
I thought it was 150.
No, he did
150. That's what it was. That's right. Well, I knew it was some outrageous number.
But
Yeah.
not on your spot though, right? So your spot's gonna be somewhat limited.
No.
Yeah.
He did at the spot where I almost died by 135 mile an hour slash. That's the spot where we went to. Because that road is like about 2 miles long. It's amazing. But it's in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's part of the Florida nowhere when you're out in the swamp and sawgrass and.
It would be great to go try that RC on the in the salt flats, they call it, where it's flat.
I
And
thought about that. Yeah. I totally thought about that. You know, I've seen a bunch of videos of these guys trying to break a speed record, and with a thrust SSC, it had like 2 jets on each side, and it's a car. So it's
like you get in your car, a fast car, and then you got the RC beside and see how fast you can go. And how long you can go.
Faster than my car. My car is governed at 118.
Right.
I've wondered, there's a really nice, long, straight beach, fairly level near me, because before they ran on the salt flats, they ran on the beaches, like Pendant Sands in the UK. Like that was where Bluebird initially ran. Harry Thomas, people like that, the classic speedrun car, the real speedrun cars, ran on sand. And there's a beach. Just look for me.
What is that slowing down?
It's like about a mile long, and there is just like nobody around. I'm thinking, well, if anything goes horribly wrong, there's nothing to hit. You know, okay, if the car tumbles over, it's in the water. It's really that's gonna kill all the shock out of the thing. There's not really anything to hopefully go wrong. So I might give it a try. Yeah. You're gonna
But I
lose
was thinking that it might be a little bit more on the sandy side, being that it's on the salt flats. So I'm not sure if the texture of the surface.
Yeah.
If it's dusty enough, it might not even be worth it to
No, but in the morning when the tide's gone down, when the sun's still damp, it's
compacted.
That looks, compacted. That's the word I'm looking for. Thanks. And it just looks. I thought, I might go and give this a try. Okay, you're going to need to feed the power in. You're not going to be able to get it floor out, but you're going to be able to build it up over a long distance.
Yeah.
And you've got a huge area, nobody around. I mean, there's like one person walking the dog half a mile away. There's nothing to really hit, or if things go horribly wrong, what are you going to hit? You're going to be tumbling over sand. So I might give it a try. Yeah.
Could have a rusty car the next day.
Yeah.
That saltwater's no joke.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bonneville.
It'll definitely screw up a lot of drivetrain parts if you don't.
Yeah, clean it out real good.
Yeah. I brought a Typhon, the version 2 Typhon, my Bash Typhon, to the beach one time. Last time ever. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but all the screws were rusted, drive shafts. Car.
Yeah, you use that. Quite a few people around me use around the beaches use that stuff, Corrosion X. I've not used it. I'm told it smells absolutely foul, but that keeps a lot of it, stops stuff from going rusty.
Yeah, I heard Highway 1 mentioning that in your guys' crawl video.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of when I get back.
Do they still put salt on the roads up north?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
mine salt right around me.
That's not any better, is it?
They did when I
Got
was
2
there.
salt mines right near me, so they really salt my roads.
You get slippery with black ice if there's still ice at this time of year. So, there's no ice in Florida, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, there's no ice here now.
No such thing as ice down here. All right, guys. I'm gonna go.
All right, Brandon.
As I said that twice, I'm almost falling asleep on myself.
And
Thanks for having me again, Tank. It was definitely a pleasure being on here.
So, Brandon, if you're looking for ideas for a video, like maybe I'm a Limitless. What the like your top 5 points that you like about the car, or top 5 ways it could be improved. If you want, just that's something that popped into my mind. If you're looking for ideas to keep banging out one a day, something like that. You know
it's easy.
What top 5 points you could improve?
Putting out a video every 2 days, 1 day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at the numbers you've done this week. After yours truly chipped you into doing it last week.
Well, you were on the Terps last week, Richie. You were flying, mate.
I know, but look, yeah.
You were on the Terps, brother.
Look at the result Brandon's got out of it. Look at the result. A video out.
Yeah, but
3 to 5 days time.
Richie, what car has he got? No one else has got it. Of course he's going to get views, brother.
Yeah.
It's up to me, right
I mean,
now.
Tony's brought out a couple on the infraction. He's got, what, 27,000 on one of his.
Brandon was going to put a video out every 3 to 5 days, he said, guys.
Oh, 3 to 5 days. Well, it depends how busy the bloke is, mate.
Right, so that's why I said no, bang a video every day. And look at what it's done for him this week. Anybody want to argue with it? Fine.
No, I think the thing you said is bang out 2 or 3 videos a day. That's what you said. I could rewind the video and check. But it was 2 or 5 hours.
You were flying last week, Richie. I was sitting back with a
You're all
on the fuel, mate.
Right, you're all laughing. Who's put on 3,000 subscribers this week?
Yeah, he's doing
Not
good.
me.
Not for me. I'll be lucky to, mate, I'll be lucky to get 4 a month. I'm not worried about
He is
that.
flying for sure.
Well,
Yes,
thanks,
mate.
Brandon, for dropping in. I really appreciate it.
Anytime,
thank
guys.
you.
If you need
Yeah,
anything,
what's up,
reach
Brad?
out.
Get to
I'll be sure to answer
brother.
it.
Good luck on the speed runs, man.
Yeah, get to 130, mate.
They said,
Take it easy, gents.
He'll get to 130. Well, he's only 3 miles off.
Video like
Yeah, he'll get that
I'm
next
sure.
video.
Yeah, he's only 3 miles off. He'll get to 130.
So there's room to get in here now. If anybody wants to get in here, there's room.
I'm thinking, I know Brandon said like Phil Jolly, like maybe do 150. But if you look at a lot of Phil's stuff, Phil's ran into like the high 140s, 150s with a lot of his cars, which are not designed.
He's gonna go fast.
Speed. I'm thinking Phil's gonna be up there 170, maybe 180. You know, I really do.
Awesome.
Yeah, Phil's been around a long time, mate. You know, he's in clubs and stuff. He knows what he's doing. He'll get up there.
Yeah, but I think Phil will have that thing up with over 150 in a couple of days. I mean, you look at some of the cars, some of the Traxxas cars, he's taken over 100, 140. Like, you shouldn't even get that.
He will hit 200 plus. I don't think so, Brad. I don't think he's going to get 200 plus, mate.
Yeah.
That's a bit too much.
I'd always saying that 200 plus.
Nah.
I think 200 plus, you probably going to need. You probably need 2 motors and 2 ESCs to be pushing. Yeah. I'm thinking.
Your mate's saying that in the chat, Brad Kelman.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, somebody will. If there was an RC car out there that somebody was going to run like a stock car, 200 with, that might be the one I'd be thinking of. Might do it.
Right.
Not anything else out there on the market close to hitting that. Yeah.
That limitless, that limitless. Like when I saw Brandon's videos, that's just so smooth.
Yeah, just on the ground. Just
so smooth. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. The only thing being, a lot of people are going to buy those and then like not be used to like how long it needs to stop. Or,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot of people crashing them. Is what's gonna happen.
yeah, because they're just for straight runs, really. Where you've got the infraction can drift all day. That's just brilliant.
Even the infraction, I had that parking lot, but when I was gunning it, it was going way down there. I was like, man, this is fast. People are gonna be. And then braking, like you hit the brakes and that thing just slides.
Yeah.
If you're on a road, I would have slid half the time. I'd slid off the road, and who knows what I've hit.
And the thing, I'm assuming that when you were running that speed, you're running that with the stock pinion on there, being in the optional pinion to take it.
Oh, I did not have the optional pinion. No.
Yeah. So with the optional pinion taken out to 80, yeah.
Well, with the optional, you can't have the fun that I want to have with it, like the quick start stop. You just got to literally go straight.
Yeah.
Let it ease in and out. I didn't want that, so I will probably put it in and try it somewhere eventually, but I'll need a lot of room to run it.
Yeah.
I just love how
I don't know what I did with the instructions. Actually, they might still be in the Red Roof Inn hotel room with the box I just left for them. I just left the whole box and everything in there, and I threw a bunch of the parts in this little bag and tools and all that. But yeah, I was trying to think of what I did with the instructions. I never got to really go through them.
So Armour was smart with the infraction. They put those wheels on the tires so everyone can burn them up and then they can buy more. How smart is that?
Those tires.
How smart is that?
They'll make as much money, or probably more, in the long term from selling the tires than they will the cars.
Because everyone wants to do burnouts now. Once they see the burnouts is doing, everyone wants to do them, and they're just going to keep buying wheels.
The first thing I did when I got it on the cement was do donuts and burn it out. Immediately. It was like, I need to smoke these tires.
Straight away.
Anything like, say, like a Traxxas E-Revo, something like that with 17mm hexes, any of the other armors with 17mm hexes, like the Typhoon, anything like that. People are going to go and buy and stick them, you know.
Yeah. Well, how many times over the years have people wanted to do burnouts with their cars and they couldn't do it? You know.
Did you see how Harley Designs was doing it? They were just holding it and just burning the tires out, like straight in front of the camera.
What's the fun of that, though?
The smoke coming out was insane.
Yeah, but what's the fun of that? It's better if it's running than smoking up.
I'm thinking, Tony, that like, if I get it working with an A-test, or like change the stock electrics out, you run that thing on A-test, keep the stock gearing so you're not going for the top speed on there, so it's going to break the wheels, going to break loose traction early on there. I'm thinking with A-test, that thing you could be rolling four-wheel drive burnout with my gut feel.
Yeah, you have to warm the tires up first and then do it. But yeah, you get the tires so they're warm. I mean, they get hot. You know, they've got tires and they're hot. But if you get them warmed up, do a little burnouts first.
Yeah.
And then just do a rolling. Yeah, you'll burn it out. I'm sure.
Down at JJ Customs, they've got the Poseidon motors, and they do an 1800 kV one, which is 3,900 watts. And I'm thinking on a test, and I'm thinking with that thing in there, that's going to be like just light the tires up instantly.
You know, it'd be good. You know, it'd be good. That's just an idea. I don't know, but chuck those wheels on a nitro car. You'll have the sound. You'll have the smoke.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
you know what I mean. That could be a goer.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I gotta take off. So I gotta take off for.
Nice, Steve. Good to see you, brother. Good luck with your really challenge there, mate.
Steve, put that link up on that page.
I just did it.
Okay, I'll go and remove it out of spam when we're finished for this. Okay.
I'm gonna post mine hopefully tonight too. I'll try and get mine up. I can't right now because it's on the phone that is doing the live stream. But
okay, thank you. No, appreciate.
I shot one,
Tony. Appreciate. Yeah.
Awesome.
What are you using, Tony? Can you hear me, Tony?
Right here.
Yeah. What are you using for the challenge?
The Suzuki Jimny Sen Racing.
Wheel
drive.
Oh yeah.
I
think I probably got 5 seconds, 6 seconds. It wasn't super long.
The thing being is that some of the bigger cars will some of the Armors will pull a wheelie, but they're going so fast.
Yeah, it drops down.
And I wanted to do it on time. That was my gut feel, because I can't estimate the time, the distance on a thing. Chatting with my mates down at Joe Dickus, and somebody said, just go with time.
Yep.
So my thought is, if you a wheelie at 20 miles an hour could win the thing because it's going to go slower, but it's going to be.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. It's hard to film it though. Hard to film it and throttle control it.
Yeah.
So I was actually trying to get it to go as slow as I possibly could, so I'd have room to ramp up, and that way the time with the wheels up would be longer. But so I don't know. I mean, it's hard to judge. I was trying to count in my head, but I might have been counting fast. It went a decent distance, but I don't know, maybe 5-6 seconds with it 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, there's another way you could probably time it. This might sound a bit silly, but if you think about it, once people upload their videos, just count it by what's going on the video, the timeline of the video.
That's what I'm going to do. Like on Steve O'D, Steve's not put the. I don't think he's put the time up on there. So I'm going to count when it lifts the wheels to when it's.
Yeah.
That was my idea on there. That if people didn't record it, then I could track it on YouTube like that.
Yeah. Well, people can't measure it. They can't time it. I mean, it was hard for Steve-O. He had to, go forward with his wheelchair to see how far he actually got. He got quite a bit of distance.
Yeah.
I'm just going to time code it with my editing system. Just look at the end from the tire up to
I was
tire
just
down.
going to say that's what I did when I did the those like sample ones in iMovie. I could click and see exactly what second it started to lift the wheels off the ground. I could click and see exactly when it stopped.
Yeah,
So
and so it does it on 30-second frame. If you do it on 30 frames a second, it's going to give you frames in there as well. So or 60 frames a second, then you can do it in breakdown of frames.
Yeah, my video editing software will let me do it either way. Yeah, so I'm planning on having it where it just shows the running count as it goes. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So
here's a question: can anybody figure out how to make a car turn while it's in a wheelie? Who's smart enough to figure that out? I haven't figured it out yet.
Turn while it does a wheelie.
Yeah.
Shift the weight bias.
Yeah, shift the weight. You need something with a servo that shifts weight.
Like a rear wheel, like a 4-wheel steering or something like that.
4-wheel steering might work, but might not, because the way when the wheel turns, if you're up on your wheels, it might not, because
just something to shift the weight at the back so that one wheel gets more weight on it. One wheel becomes lighter than the other, and it will affect the balloon slightly. The other one rest slightly, and that'll increase the turning radius.
How many tries? So I didn't get. How many tries do you get? Is there a certain amount of tries? Like we have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because definitely that was one of the issues, was getting it to go straight so that it wouldn't hit the grass or something that would make it drop down. I had to just do it in my driveway. So I finally moved out to the cul-de-sac where I'm like, I got a little more room here. But then if you have a little downhill section, then that's going to make you you're going to lose that resistance that's keeping the wheels up, and it's going to make it drop. And so that's
crown on a road.
Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of things at play. If you could be doing it uphill the whole way, if you can go uphill the whole way, you're going to be at an advantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. One of the best stunts I've got on camera before, which took me about 20 or 30 shots to do, was driving my original Armour Outcast. And in some outdoor places, they have these like a concrete wall where kids can go and practice their tennis and stuff like that. And I was driving the Outcast at it. I'm backflipping off it, but I was turning the tires as hard over as they would go. So not only was the car backflipping, it was twisting through the air as well. And eventually I got it to land the opposite way to what it took up. So normally if you backflipped off the wall, it would land still facing the wall. If you turn the tire 180 degrees, you can get the car to spin in the air. Lands on all 4 wheels, and you can drive away from the wall.
Gotcha. Using centripetal force.
I was tempted to strap some weights to the wheelie bar to kind of hold it down. Go find some fishing weights or something to put on it.
I've seen Kevin Talbot drive his X-Max, or maybe it was his friend's X-Max, Pat, that he could go backward and forward enough and keep it up on one wheel, on the back wheels. So that might be a way to do it too.
Frank posted some videos of the real life monster trucks doing that. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, some of them, if you got it on the pivot, like if you did it with my Sticker Bomb 2.0, you can literally just sit it up on the rear, on the body, and just kind of slowly. It would never fall. You could just keep creeping it, but it's literally it's sitting on the body. It never tip. And when you want to sit down, you just hit reverse and drop it. It'd be cheating. But
yeah,
I thought about it.
I went to Monster Jam in Oakland last year, and Max D got up on the front wheels and was walking it forwards on the front wheels, and then stopped and then reversed.
Yep.
On the front wheel, and that was just it was right in front of us. Then I got that, and that was just awesome to him. And the thing like weighs what 5, 6, 7 tons. I'm walking it forwards just on the front wheels, forwards and backwards. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of practice.
Yeah, it's crazy watching them do it because they just did one of those and then they did it into a flip. Hit it in reverse. Yeah.
That's
nuts. It's more he rolled it, but playing down his wheels in the end. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a whole bunch of ideas I had. I just don't have the time is the issue of how I could do it. I was sitting here thinking about weights and whatnot. It's just a little brushes. I could go in and flip the gear to go high gear and get a little more speed so I could try and run it longer.
A lot of those wheelie bars are single wheel. If you have dual wheel, it might go straighter also.
Maybe I should take my camper out. That thing does wheelie like nothing. I should do enter your competition with my camper.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't even gotten to get this Arma back up since I got home. So yeah, just too busy. I see JTRC's got a ton of videos coming out with it. Tons and tons. He picked it up.
Well, guys, it's 11:55, so we're going to call it a night. And we're going to do a round table real quick to say goodbye to people. And hopefully next week when I come back, I'll have 2 eyes and not just one. I'm going for eye surgery tomorrow in this eye.
All right.
Good luck with that.
It's supposed to be basic. It's I got a hole in my retina, so they're going to do a laser eye surgery and actually block it.
Make sure they do it on the right eye, on the correct eye.
That is correct. They got to do it in the left. So let's start with Green Frog RC. Say bye.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Driftomaniac.
Bye, guys.
Jack, are you there? It was nice to have you, Jack. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Scottzilla.
See you guys next time.
Tony.
Have a good night, guys.
Troy.
Take it easy, guys.
And take it easy, guys. We'll see you next week on RC Talk. We're going to stay a little bit in the chat and in the video and chit-chat a little bit more, and we'll talk to you next week. And some of you will see you tomorrow night on Thanks.